Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to episode 54 of the Tim Tebow Dynasty. In this episode, we have our final game of the regular season against the Pittsburgh Steelers as we look to continue our momentum and win this game, which would give us a 4-game winning streak heading into the playoffs. We will have a wild card bye, and then we'll take on somebody in the divisional round. But before that, we get good starting field position in this game. Now we just need to capitalize, and our offensive line is going to proceed to struggle all day.
Offense lines up here. The formation here, shotgun. Running away from the pressure.
We are again without multiple of our starters. We have no Justin Blackmon. Zach Meow's out, and so is Cotton Deacon for this game. So we're going to be going to Golden Tate, Mercedes Lewis, and maybe Maurice Jones-Drew. We'll see how it works out. Ace Sanders might get some looks, but another sack. And before we start our playoff game, we will recap if we win any awards, what records we do break. Alright, and our defense decided to give up a touchdown following the one we scored. So, Golden Tate makes a nice catch there. I don't think he should. It was necessary for him to fall backwards like that. But he still made the catch, so that's all that matters. Our offensive line is not going to have a good game today. Neither will our defense. I guess the Steelers team is better than I was expecting. I forgot how good they were a couple years ago because of how awful they've been recently. Well, they haven't really been that bad. They still make the playoffs, but they don't do anything. So, again, we're not looking for anybody to get hurt. We're not trying to score a bunch. We're just trying to get out of here with no injuries. Dwayne Harris makes a nice catch. His second of the game, picks up a first down for us. Get us about to the 50-yard line. We probably should be running it more because of the snow, but we are not. Lewis open over the middle. He comes down with it. Good catch. Nice 24-yard gain right there. Now, this is I think this Madden came out during Le'Veon Bell's rookie year. So he should still be on their team. They do still have Big Ben and Antonio Brown on offense. But I don't think... Le'Veon Bell's not rated very well in this game. I think it's the later games. That was a bad play by me. It's the later games where his rating goes up. So I don't know how well the Steelers team is, especially when compared to the defending Super Bowl champion, Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, that was an illegal pass by me, so instead of it being 3rd and 11, it's now 3rd and 15. Trying to look for Golden Tate on the right side of the field. We find him, but not in the end zone. 3 catches, 33 yards. Not bad start of the game. Trying to improve his numbers for the year in this last game of the season. Nobody open, and we take a sack. I think that's number 4 so far. But who's counting? A bad play. I break free from the sack and just get rid of it. Alright, so we did technically set the Madden record for this game for passing touchdowns in the season. But in real life, Peyton Manning in the 2013 season, when this game came out, he threw 55 touchdowns that year. So we would need 5 more to break his record in this game. So if we got to 56, but I don't think we're gonna get there today, especially without my top 2 receivers and how bad our offensive line and defense have been this year compared to last year when we won the Super Bowl. I, on the other hand, am having a pretty nice game on the ground. We're going to be short of that 2,000-yard mark. I need to have about 200 rushing yards today to get to 2,000 for the season. So we won't get there. We will throw more of those bad throws like we just tried forcing right there. We're not going to kick a field goal. We're going to go for it. It's only 4th and inches. A nice short throw to Jones-Drew for 2 yards in the first down. So right now we're 9 for 10 for our attempts. We would have to miss like every throw the rest of the game for us not to break Drew Brees' completion percentage for a season. Right now we're about at 78. His was 74.4 or 74.6 or something like that. So either way, we destroyed his record. And we take another sack. 3rd and 22. Maybe we should have kicked that field goal. Because we're going to take another sack right here. Our right guard just gave up 3 straight sacks to Atkins. So we turned the ball over. Our offensive line is not very good, but for some reason we have like all 4 of our starters on the offensive line besides our left tackle are considered Pro Bowlers this year. I don't know if it's just because we're defending champions, but we get Golden Tate for a nice 40-yard gain. I think that was 41. But again, our offensive line is our weakness this season, like it has been the last 2. And our defense is not as good as it was last year. So, Golden Tate with another catch. Whoever we face in the divisional round, hopefully they don't have a good offense because our defense is not as good as it was last year. 2nd and 3, Jones-Drew picks up 1 yard. We're going to go back to him again. He's supposedly a really good running back, so he should be able to pick this up. And he does not. We are not going to kick that field goal. 4th and 2. Seems like it's close enough for us to go for it. With only 3 healthy receivers, we're down to running backs and tight ends lining up as receivers. And we did break Peyton Manning's and Drew Brees', whatever one you want to pretend was the record at the time. Either way, we broke the record because we did break Peyton Manning's 2013 passing yards record with that play before we take another sack. I think that's like number 10 for the day.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive. 2nd down and 10. The throw to the left.
And another bad throw, batted down at the line. Again, my offensive line has been struggling. I've been throwing a couple bad ones here and there. But overall, we should be able to walk away with a win today. None of my receivers open. I fumble it. And we recover it. 4th and 8, we're kicking the field goal finally. Our defense makes a stop, so we get the ball back with 1.5 minutes left in the first half. We get another sack, but hopefully we can score. at least a field goal before halftime. So we're up 20-7 or 24-7. Either way, I'd like to get a little bit of a bigger lead. We're already at the 44-yard line with 1:08 to go. So a bigger lead would be great going into halftime. Because again, we're a shitty second half team. Jones-Drew barely picks up the first down, but he does beat the first guy. With that timeout, we got one more left, which I'm trying to save so I don't get screwed and the coach just goes for a field goal like he has before. Nobody open. We'll pick it up with our legs. Down to the 31. That was a nice run by me. Trying to see if I can get Golden Tate open on the left side of the field. Wide open. Right to him. Down to the 4. I should probably call it timeout right now. Because there's 28 seconds. If I called the timeout, I'd get like 2 plays. Maybe. Was trying to get Jones-Drew a rushing touchdown right there. But again, he stopped short. So got the timeout. I don't want to use it because the coach will be like, oh, field goal. We would have had a touchdown if our guy didn't fall. Alright, we're back in the second half with the ball to start in the second half. Yeah, we threw an interception. Yeah. I don't know. I thought that was a good throw. That was my 100th career interception. Well, technically not mine, but I've thrown quite a bit. That's number 30 for the year. Some of them I wish I could take back. Other ones a game forced. That was probably a bad throw on that one. But if we get the ball, they kick the field goal. We're up by 10. And we find Jones-Drew to drop the ball over the middle. Again, I wish I had my healthy receivers. If I was running the team, we would carry at least 6 or 7 wide receivers. Probably no fullback and only 2 tight ends. And then 3 running backs, but I don't run the team. I only control Tebow. Jones-Drew, this would be his last year. He's not good. He keeps getting hurt. I would pay Tebow quite a bit because he is our total offense. Again, he has like 5,500 passing yards and about 1,900 rushing yards. And Golden Tate can't come down with a catch that time. He dropped it before the defender even touched him. Again, I mentioned earlier, the second half is really where things go to shit for my team. We have yet to disappoint. I pick up the first down with my legs. Try to make my receivers turn into blockers. A lot like the Ravens offense with Lamar Jackson. He should have caught that one. It touched him when nobody else was touching him. Golden Tate should have had a touchdown right there, but again, he did not. This is why he's not my number 1 receiver. He's like number 3. Nobody open but my legs. And we're down to the 13-yard line. 115 yards today on the ground. And we got the majority of the second half to play. So let's see if I can get Tebow a rushing touchdown. I have 1 receiver in on this 5 receiver set. Everybody else is a running back or tight end. This is why I'd carry 6 to 7 wide receivers. Because if you get 1 or 2 hurt, it's not really a big deal.
Jones-Drew's out in the slot. Out of the shotgun. Looking to scramble. That's a gain of 8.
Didn't get down to the goal, but I got to the 5-yard line. Pretty nice run there. 3rd and 2. Try to go to Jones-Drew here. Again, only 2 receivers on the field. I don't know who I was throwing it to. Nobody caught that. We're not going for the field goal. All right, we're going to be looking for Ace Sanders in the back of the end zone. Wide open. All right, we get the ball at basically the start of the fourth quarter, up 27-13. Our defense gave up another field goal. We're going to be running a lot with Jones-Drew. He makes a nice run. I don't know why he did that jump at the end. He could have got more yards. But we're going to be running a lot with our running backs in this last quarter of the game, trying to run up and eat it as much of this clock as possible. And we get sacked. But the game's basically should be over. We have a nice 2-touchdown lead. We just need to eat up the clock. So, nobody touched him. I don't know why he dropped it.
Catch the football, then do the next thing, run with it. He tried to run with it too quick. That's why he dropped it. Jones-Drew.
If I was the GM of this Jaguars team, because of how close we are to being a dynasty, winning a second straight Super Bowl, there's small changes I would make. Like I don't know if I would have brought in Dwayne Harris. The Steelers kicked another field goal after we gave the ball. But I would, like I mentioned, get another sack. Yeah, definitely change the way our offense is built. I'd carry only 2 tight ends, no fullback, carry more receivers, and I'd probably try focusing more on our defense. Our defense has been playing pretty good today, but this year they've had games where they did not, and that's why we lost, because they can't stop people. Today they've been playing pretty well. 4th and 8. I probably should punt here, but we're going for it. Harris is open. Actually makes a catch that time. 4th of the day. He was a terrible free agent signing, but I think he's more expensive than probably bringing back like Griff Whalen or Cole Beasley. So I would have brought both of those guys back, not carried 3 tight ends, and not signed Dwayne Harris.
Harris lined up now as a slot receiver. Tebow's got it in the gun. Throws to the right.
But I also kind of get it, because Ace Sanders, Golden Tate, Zach Meow, all smaller slot receivers. Dwayne Harris is more. He's kind of a slot receiver, but he's more of like a Justin Blackmon outside receiver. We just don't use him like that. We don't really use any of our receivers besides Blackmon like that. Jones-Drew gets another carry for another 1-yard pickup. This is why I don't run the ball with Jones-Drew. Again, if I'm back with Jacksonville next year, hopefully Jones-Drew is not. Hopefully Cotton Deacon becomes our number 1 running back. And hopefully, you know what, now I don't know if I'm going to be back with Jacksonville next year. We pick up the first down and more. Oh, I thought I was going to get away from that guy too and get in the end zone. 155 yards on the ground today. Pretty good game. And Golden Tate gets in the end zone. All right, 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 1 more play and the game should be over. And Ace Sanders does not catch it, so the clock stops with 2 seconds left. Enough time for one more play. I should probably just give it to Stephen Ridley here. Let him get one carry and game over. No. We got Dwayne Harris wide open for a nice chunk of yards. But that's it for this game, folks. A nice 34-23 win over the Steelers. We lock up the number 1 seed in the AFC. Our next game is a playoff game. I don't know against who yet. And before that game, we will recap any awards, records I broke. And yeah, so our next game is a playoff game. It should be pretty fun. Come back for that one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All your support is very much appreciated.